Welcome to Sunday's Best with Val.
And Kathy, inspiring possibilities for couples, parents, families, and everyone in between.
To our first time listeners, we would like to welcome you to our show. And to those who've been with us in our previous episodes, thank you for tuning in with us.
Parents want the best for our kids, and in our journey as parents, we strive to be perfect. We forget that our kids don't need perfect parents, but parents who would see them as human beings and really listen to them.
Our first guest in an interview format is Coach Russ, a transformational coach whose vision is a world where everyone celebrates abundance and having win-win relationships starting at home. All right, so today we are actually joined by one of the controversial life coaches nowadays, of course, because of the recent content na lumabas about parenting and of course, raising up kids. So, first time din namin kasama ngayon, of course, sa ating podcast, no other than Life Coach Russ.
Yay!
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. Sunday's best.
Ayan,
Yep.
perfect.
With Sunday in Tagalog.
Domingo.
No, that's Spanish.
Okay.
Espanyol.
So Coach Russ.
Yes.
So first time mong mag-guest namin sa amin, and ang subtitle namin is really all about better relationships and parenting.
Wow.
Perfect yung recent na nag-viral video, di ba? Ano nga yung context niyon? Bakit masyado siyang nag-viral about parenting?
Okay, that was a simple 1-minute cut from a 40-minute coaching conversation from somebody who is well accomplished, who's very successful.
Wow.
And the only question I had for him at that time is, what will make your life better?
Wow.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he realized that he's perfect in all areas except relationship with his children. No? And normally I ask, at a rate of 1 to 10, 10, you're really very happy with this relationship, open, excited, and no holds barred. 1, you'd rather die. No? And his score was 4.
4.
Okay.
So sabi ko, what will make it a 5? When he said, when they all would follow what he wants.
Ooh.
When they all would study the way he wants
Yep.
to study. Okay? And when they would also really spend time with them, okay? Because they not spend time with them, they'd rather be with their friends.
Yeah.
So a lot of these things that he was looking for, which I throw back. No? Yun bang lahat ng gusto mo mangyari para mas gumanda ng relationship? Is it in your full control? Or it's also the choice that we can also respect of whatever the choice your children will have. And he realized, parang, oh nga, no? Okay? And at that point, I just told him, how old are this? No? Sabi niya, 17 and 19. And sabi ko, what are teenagers known for? So if I were to ask you, as a teenager, what was your experience? Or what is a general experience of teenagers?
Siyempre, you want to be with your friends.
Okay.
Magala ka, di ba? Lakwat siya. Yan yung usual na ginagawa pag teenager.
Yeah.
And some teenagers also, medyo nasa awkward stage sila. Di ba? Detached, nag-isolate,
Yeah.
hindi masyadong expressive in terms of whatever it is that they're feeling.
Rebellion stage.
Yeah.
Okay, most of the time. Not all. No?
Yeah.
And I just said, you know what? Para sa akin, and based on what I learned about psychology, that at that age, you already have zero or very few influence of your children.
Yeah.
Because the only influence you have on your children is between 0 to
0 to
4-year-old.
4, yeah.
No? In fact, nag-quote pa nga ako doon sa Bible. No? Marami pang nagalit na, diba? Train up a child in the way it should go, and when he grows old, he will not depart from it. Now, he's old, okay? I'll bring this back. Paano mo pinalaki?
Yun.
Yun.
Right? And they say, okay, we really make sure na
Yan.
hindi sila magkamali. We want to make sure we guide them really well and
Right.
really support them na in a way na talagang takot kami magkamali sila. Okay? So with that kind of raising children, not good or bad, not right
Yes,
or wrong,
yes.
but if I may ask you, is it effective
Yun.
or not
Or not.
effective?
Oo.
Sabihan mukhang hindi.
Tama.
Okay? Because this type of parenting is what we call command and control.
Command and
Ako yung magulang, ako yung masusunod. Not that parents don't love their children.
Yes, yes.
It's only because, okay, that's the way they know how to raise children.
Yeah.
Part of the upbringing sa culture natin.
Sila din mismo.
Now,
Oo.
anong problema niyan? Especially when it comes to being an adult, having work, okay? Most of the time, no, the normal work, no?
Yeah.
Pag dumating yung new employee, maingay siya or tahimik?
Tahimik,
Tahimik.
nag-observe pa.
Pag may problema, masyadong nag-share o tinatago?
Tinatago.
Yeah, and that's scary, which means nadala nila yung takot nila from house to here. Why?
Yep.
Okay, remember, example lang, anak nyo, bata pa, tumakbo, natumba. Normally, pag natumba, anong ginagawa ng nanay?
Pick up.
Pick up,
And,
umiiyak,
Yeah.
papatahanin.
Papatahanin.
Now, again, not that it's wrong, pero ano ang message sa bata? Pag natumba ako,
somebody's gonna...
somebody will actually support me. That's why, new work, new job, they will look for people who
Support,
rescue them.
yeah.
Notice that. Okay? Again, not wrong, not bad, not good, not right, except that notice the message you're giving to a child.
Yeah.
So as early as now, we're giving them, I'm not capable mindset. Okay? Then iyak ng iyak. Ayaw tumahan. Most of mothers would spank the what?
The child.
Floor muna. Tapos sasabihin, bad si Floor! Umiyak na naman. Dumaan si Yaya. Inispang si Yaya. Bad si Yaya!
Ano ba yan?
Okay? From I'm not capable, okay, anong tingin ng bata ngayon? Natumba ako, nadapa ako. Ang tanga naman ng Floor, hindi nagpasintabi. Or, pag may nangyari sa akin,
I'll blame other people.
exactly.
Not responsible.
That's why yung excusitis,
Yes.
justification,
Wow.
is really going on in the workforce right now. Because
Tama,
maybe we will raise that if something happened in my life,
Yeah.
I'm not accountable for it, it's somebody else. Okay. Dahil hindi tumigil. Iyak ng iyak. Iyak ng iyak. Pinalo. At sasabihin ng nanay, what's wrong with you? Ayun na. Anong mensahe sa bata?
It doesn't, yung expression niya, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. So which means, I'm not important. If I express, doesn't matter. Kasi may nagagalit. Again, I'm not saying mali si nanay or masama si nanay,
Yeah.
except maybe how she was raised
Ganun din.
by Lola was like that. Was passed on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Except notice, as a race, we have a lot of great Filipinos, except that they don't believe in themselves. Because again, the upbringing was, hindi mo kaya yan.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay? More than that, a lot of us still into excusitis. Right? That's why, no matter how much beautiful the opportunity is, no matter how we support people, except that the blaming and the excusitis is still so deep that they forget about their biggest and wildest dream.
Yeah.
Tama.
But more than that, it's because they treat themselves not important.
Yan.
That's one of the major stories that I always see, I always hear every time I work with people.
Yeah.
No? Most controversial question that was asked of me, anong karapatan ko?
Tama.
Hindi naman ako magulang, uncle lang ako.
Kaya nga. Oo.
Right?
Oo.
I have no right with your children. However, learning comes in two parts.
Okay.
First, kensho, which is I have to experience it before
Yeah.
I learn, go through the pain,
Pain, yes.
so I learn. I don't have to have my own kids. However, I have Saturai. Saturai is instant awakening learning.
Yeah.
So that when I'm in front of my audience, I get to support them, I get to learn, and I get to really experience that.
Wow.
So I don't have to have my own kids, because at the end of the day, my science of coaching is ontological. It's the art and science and mastery of human beingness.
Yeah.
And if I understand it, I can apply it with a parent, with a grandparent, with an uncle, with children.
Kasi buti na lang nasabi mo yan, no, na the way that you're actually coaching and teaching people is based on the ontological
Yes.
science. Because yun din yung itatanong ko sa iyo, di ba? Since ang mga Filipino, lalong-lalo na yung mga parents, we kami, parents naman kami, we got our parenting style from our parents.
Yeah.
Gaya ng sinabi
Pasa-pasa.
mo kanina, napasa din yun
Yes,
sa mga parents
yes.
nila.
Passed on.
So, if we want to parang change the course of our parenting, kasi nga, better parenting ang Sunday's best, di ba? How do we now begin to embrace a different style of parenting so that yung mga anak namin later on, sa amin sila matututo and then they can pass it on to their next generation.
Yeah.
Yan.
I think it's not the how but it's becoming a parent. Who do you need to be?
Who do you need to be?
Kasi if I give you all the hows, hindi naman applicable sa
Yeah.
situation. The who is actually what quality do you want to embrace as a parent so that when you're in front of your children, whatever situation you have, you can actually handle it.
Correct, no? And a lot of the comments coming from children, they really felt unaccepted, hindi sila napakinggan ng mga parents nila. That's why parang nagkaroon sila ng experience in the past that they opened up to their parents pero parang na-invalidate sila. Yun yung word eh. But that's the reason why ayaw na nilang mag-open up. So,
Exactly. I mean, tumahimik ka, bata ka lang. Papunta ka pa lang, pabalik na ako. So parang okay. Di ikaw na. No, at ang problema kasi, bit-bit mo yan kahit saan ka.
correct.
Yun.
Lalo sa business. Lalo sa trabaho.
Tama. And again, there were no schools for parents.
Exactly.
And perhaps that's the reason why we have this kind of platform to really talk about parenting,
Yep.
how to be better parents. And the one of the saddest things no na nangyayari ngayon, Russ, even here in Davao, parang recently may mga suicide from students. And hindi naman talaga nalalabas kung ano yung pinaka-reason, but maybe because there was no one who listened to these
listens to
people,
them.
to these students.
Yeah. I mean, seriously, every day I receive 20, 30, sometimes 50 messages from all walks of life, but mostly young kids, okay, talking about, I want to take away my life. So I have coaching conversation with them, and common denominator, I don't feel safe at home. And when I'm in school, I don't feel safe. When I'm in social media, I don't feel safe. And therefore, since I don't have anyone to talk to, because I don't feel safe, I'd rather take away my life. And that is really scary.
Scary. I'm having goosebumps right now. Imagine these people, sobrang bata, and naisipan na nilang mag-suicide, mag-self-harm dahil walang makikinig sa kanila.
Exactly.
Yeah, dati naririnig natin na mga nagsusuicide are people in the workplace because of the stress at work, di ba? O kaya naman yung mga business people who are undergoing some form of financial distress in their business. But young kids na supposedly they are enjoying their lives and yet they have decided to take their lives because they're not enjoying the company probably of the people na dapat nagiging source of comfort, source of security nila.
In fact, it's scary because, again, never in the entire history we have the highest rate of people who want to commit suicide.
Yeah.
More than that, no? Half of those who wanted already committed.
Yes.
And a lot of lives lost. Because again, common denominator of people who I know who wants to commit suicide, who is also in a state of anxiety,
Yes,
depression,
yes,
is
yes.
because they are not able to express themselves as to who they are because they need to be someone who they're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, which means a lot of it contributes to expectation of somebody outside from me,
Yep.
especially people at home.
Correct. And one of the comments nga, 'di ba, parang I have to pretend myself. I have to pretend in front of my parents or the people around me. Parang ikaw ba, Russ, how did you manage to grow up na kumbaga ikaw din yaya lang din ang nagpalaki sa iyo?
I guess I had a different upbringing simply because lima kami magkapatid, okay? I am the fourth. I did get all the favors from my dad, from my mom, from my siblings. I guess I just felt so blessed. Iba yung mindset ko na okay, if I don't get any favors from this, I need to be responsible for me.
Wow, bata ka pa lang, ganun na yung mindset
Oo.
mo.
How old are you? Were you?
I think in grade school lang kasi I always remember sa grade school pag enrollment ako na yung kumukuha ng requirement. Okay. Totoo, even the books, even yung magbalot ng plastic sa libro, ginawa ko na rin because again, I have no one to turn to except myself, no? I think for me, I saw it as a gift.
Nice,
That early on stage, I understand what responsibility is all about. Okay? Nung graduate na ako ng college, okay, some of my siblings, no, maybe up until now, are still blaming my dad for whatever happened. But when I went to my dad and I said, Dad, this is the allowance I needed this month, sabi, graduate ka na, you're on your own.
Okay.
Had he had not done that to me, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Okay.
Pero hindi lahat katulad mo,
Yes.
right? You have this mindset, parang ni-reframe mo siguro na lahat ng pinagdaanan mo are just lessons along the way, and instead of blaming your parents, parang nagpasalamat ka pa.
Kaya nga, nandito ako. Ito trabaho ko. Because your life purpose can come from the deepest, darkest
Correct.
distraction that you feel, that you experience, so that life and people around you don't have to experience what you went through.
Yeah.
That's why I went to life coaching. That's why I went to seminars like this. Why? So that people who are going through what I went through, who went through what I went through,
Yeah.
who will go through what I went through, will now have a new idea. Again, saturay, na hindi mo na kailangang pagdaanan kasi nga may mga seminars, may mga learning, para learned ka na. Remember, everything is awareness.
Yeah.
So again, the reason why people chose this one, because that was the only available awareness that they had. Had they had known better, they would have chosen differently.
Pero I have this question to you, Coach Russ.
Yes.
Diba ikaw, during that time that these things were happening to you, hindi ka pa nakaka-attend ng seminar.
Hindi pa.
Diba?
Oo nga.
Pero meron ding mga tao na dumaan ng same process na pinagdaanan mo na parang hindi masyadong ni-rescue, pinotektahan ng parents nila, and yet they see it differently. So, what's the difference between a child na hindi tinulungan, hindi ni-rescue, tapos ito yung naging resulta at naging understanding dun sa path na yon. Tapos, ito na rin yung isang bata na halos pareho yung pinagdaanan, hindi sinuportahan, hindi ni-rescue ng parents, and yet, they feel na na-put sila into a shell.
Ako, personally, my friends, when I was in high school and college, were my role model. They were independent, they
Nice.
left home, they were privileged, but they started introducing to me, okay, let's put up business.
Wow.
Let's do this.
Okay.
Somebody left for abroad. They started becoming responsible. And I just feel so blessed that I was exposed to friends who were responsible. So, hindi na ako masyadong nag-self-pity kasi walang pity party. No? It's because I was surrounded with friends who were responsible as well.
So, ito yung sinasabi natin na theory of space.
Exactly.
Yan.
Remember 0 to 4,
Parents.
parents. Okay? 5 to 11, teachers. 12 to 18,
Yun.
Peers na.
who are your friends?
Friends.
Ayan. So, dapat maging very selective din tayo, no? In terms of our friends. Kasi sila yung, tulad ni Coach Russ, iba yung naging upbringing niya because he was influenced by his friends na privileged but marunong ding maghanap ng paraan.
Exactly. If I were to look at some of my siblings, medyo napunta sa hindi masyado maganda because if I were to look at their friends, doon din.
Yeah.
Diba? So ako, I'm glad na opposite yung direction ko because
Yeah.
maybe I was exposed to great friends,
Yep.
okay, who were responsible at early on stage.
Nice.
So, isegue ko muna, Coach Russ. Naalala mo yung first time tayo nagkita? One of my questions was, bakit hindi ka nagkaroon ng kids? Alala mo pa kung anong sagot?
It was a choice up until I'm making. It's because I just enjoy and love my work so much that it's not really a great time to bring in kids. Because if I want to have my own kids, I want to raise it by myself.
Yes.
Tama.
I don't want somebody else to raise it. Okay? At least kung aso, Pwede. Pero kung anak, I cannot afford somebody will raise my child. Because this is my own child. So,
Yeah.
up until now, I'm 52, it's still not responsible for me to have my own kids because the lifestyle I chose is really not responsible to have my own kids.
Correct. You travel a lot, you spend so much time outside, and you really love your work.
Yeah.
So, if ever lang, bigyan kita ng magic
Magic
wand
wand.
ngayon
Correct.
at naging parent ka, what kind of parent is Coach
Oh,
Russ?
I will be fun. I will be exciting. They will be open to me. And at the same time, I will just allow them to be who they are, which is expressing themselves as to allowing children to be children.
Nice.
Nakakaiyak naman
di mo
yan.
I like that. If only a lot of parents will have that kind of thinking to be fun, to be approachable.
Well,
to
I think you've
really
seen that how I play with your kids.
Yeah.
Diba? Your Uno, all the way to the youngest. Up until now, when they see me, do they see me like your other friends na they don't like at all or they're excited to see me?
They're excited. to
Excited.
see you.
Why? Because I play with them.
play with
like
them,
I
yeah.
mean, remember your wedding? I was at the carpet with the also I was crawling. I know your son
Vito?
youngest.
Si Vito? Si Champ?
Yeah, Champ will never forget that.
He
That I
always
played
remembers
like
you.
he was and I started dying like this. And up until now, he thinks we're playmates.
Right.
Yeah.
Ask me why.
Why?
Because I meet them wherever they are at.
Oh.
Nice.
Meet them
Yeah.
where they are at.
Which means if they're children, and if you want to influence them, be like a child. You don't, shh, it's not good. Shh, not good. Shh, shh, shh. And they grow old parang robot.
Parang naalala mo?
Parang meron
Kiss
akong
your,
naalala.
kiss your tito. Oh, kiss your tito. Good evening po. How are you today? Okay lang po.
Yeah.
We lost that perfect self-expression,
Yung
that
playfulness,
playfulness, because
yeah.
I am or I was expected to be like an adult. Behave. Notice, okay? A lot of suicidal tendency is approval seeking. Approval seeking. Because, and as little children, if I behave the way mom wants me to behave, then I get approval.
Correct.
If I misbehave, then I'm bad, and then mom wouldn't love me, dad wouldn't accept me.
Sabi, no?
Attention is zero.
Ang lakas ng impact nung
Super.
validation,
Super.
approval that's coming from parents in terms of really expressing one's ideas and even yung emotions,
Yep.
di ba? Tatandaan ko nga, yung sinabi mo kanina, no, growing up, yung pag-iyak pa lang, simpleng pag-iyak pa lang is already a sign of weakness daw. Lalong-lalo na kapag lalaki.
Pag lalaki.
Di ba? And we've heard about it na maraming mga studies na naggawa na ang number one cause of death in
Yeah.
male or in men is of course yung
Heart attack.
heart attack because hindi nila na-express fully yung sarili nila.
Oh.
'Di ba? Ang gandang nito wisdom nito because we have 3 kids who are boys. We only have one girl and knowing this now and ako personally since nag-express din naman ako ng emotions ko ngayon, it's good to allow them to express their emotions.
Yeah.
You notice in the seminar, somebody starts to share, and the moment they crack their voice, sorry what are you sorry for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they always say sorry that they are
They're crying.
authentic and they honor what they feel because you're not supposed to do that. You must be strong, you must be strong.
Yes.
Which is for me, the strong is numb. We all live here.
Yeah.
Yes.
We forgot there. And we know naman, happiness lives here, not here. Except the training,
Yeah.
especially in the personal development, is mindset. We forgot the heart set.
Yeah, napansin ko nga sa'yo, Coach Russ, na sobrang bilis mong umiyak. Minsan iniisip ko, nag-acting lang ba ito si Russ? Kasi ang bilis sobrang patawa, tapos seryoso, tapos biglang mangilid-ngilid na yung luha, di ba? Parang sobrang bilis mong mag-shift. You're so in touch with your emotions. Did you even develop that or was that natural for you?
I think for the longest time, when I was working, I started becoming tough, becoming strong. that I was not even in touch with my heart.
Yeah.
So, if I'm frustrated, positive thinking lang yan. And because I was trained maybe that way for 15 years, although I was very successful in terms of finances and recognition, but deep inside, I felt so empty. It's because I forgot feeling. So, when I got into programs, siguro yung hindi ko iniyak for the past 15 years, hanggang ngayon iniiyak ko pa rin. Okay? And at that time, I was bothered, no? Kasi may nakita na ako sa salita, iyak lang ako ng iyak. I was really bothered, but how come I crying a lot? No? And I asked one of my mentors, his name is Patrick Din, and I said, because your heart is so open. And don't even be bothered around it, because these are beautiful emotions that not a lot of people do have access. And one of the emotions of me crying is feeling people.
Yeah.
And we call it compassion.
Compassion.
And not a lot of people do have access with compassion,
Yeah.
simply because, again, the training here is all here for getting here.
Lovely. Grabe, no? You just have to open your heart to the emotions that you feel without numbing it. And I think that's one of the things that we want to teach our kids na to open up. Diba? Kanina nga, I was looking at the report card ng mga kids ko for second quarter. Dun pa lang sa dalawang younger kids, no? And their grades are great. Grabe. Self-managed sila. Hindi namin sila chinututor. Tapos yung second child ko, yung daughter ko, sabi niya, Mommy, what if I fail my math? Will you be angry? Parang syempre, di ba, in the real world, sasabihin talaga, oo!
Bakit ka?
Magagalit
Bakit mo
talaga
sinabi
ako,
yan?
di ba? Alam mo yung sinabi ko sa kanya, sabi ko, hindi. Kasi you can always, study again and then you can work at it on this third quarter. And not all parents are, that have that kind of mindset. And that's why I always go back to you, Russ, 10 years ago na tayo magkasama. And siguro yun din yung one of the greatest gifts na receive namin ni Val, because we have been transformed. And that's the reason why masasabi ko na swerte talaga yung mga kids ko. I mean, who would have, di ba naalala mo, nag-beach tayo on a Monday, and they were like enjoying, and I was asking them, are you happy? Yes, because not all moms or dads would allow their kids to be absent on a Monday to go to a beach, di ba?
Yeah.
Because in the end, why do we want all of the success? Because we want to be
Happy.
exactly. And while running after all of the success that we want, grades, income, we tend to lose the most important part, which is to be happy.
Yun.
So,
Experience life.
exactly. So I would rather, be happy now, and because I'm happy, and if you require me to be this and that, then I will work on it with a lot of inspiration rather than desperation, because I'm afraid. I can remember, the context of every household, especially in school, is I will only love and respect you if you are responsible and excellent.
Conditional.
Exactly. What if?
What if?
Anak, I still love you. You're still perfect to me despite of your grades. And because you love and respected her, because of that's how you are as a mom, do you think she will choose to be responsible and excellent because of the love that you gave?
Of course.
Exactly. So that's now a way of a different viewing of how, we raise people in our leadership. We raise children. That I love you. That behavior a while ago, I don't. Separating
The person.
the person from the
From the
behavior,
behavior. From the action.
from the action, from the choice.
So, Russ, siguro kung meron kang advice to parents out there right now, ano yung pwede mong ibigay?
Isa lang. Take time out to heal your inner child.
Ooh.
Because when you take time out to heal your inner child, you will not
Love
carry
it.
this trauma, this pain, this drama that you went through as a little child, that you now pass on to people around you, to your children, to your husband, to your workmates. Heal your inner child.
Yeah, I love it that you mentioned about healing the inner child for most parents, or for all parents, no,
Yeah.
na i-heal mo na yung inner child, because alam ko na meron ako mga na-heal dun sa inner child ko that prepared me dun sa pagkakaroon namin ng anak ni Kathy. Because let's face it, 'di ba? Yun nga ako aaminin ko that I was actually brought up in a conventional way. Strict ang parents, disciplinarian si nanay, tapos yung si tatay naman minsan wala dun sa bahay. So I would say kung traditional yung pag-iisip ko, I would say na dysfunctional yung family. However, nung na-realize ko na I can take responsibility over how I live my life and how I can live my life together with my own family. I understood my own parents, my own family setup. So, it actually helped me in becoming a better person so that I can also be a better parent.
Yan. And question siguro, Russ, no? Were there times na kahit sinabi mo na I want to be a better person, or i-compare mo yung sarili mo sa mom mo, sa dad mo, may lumalabas ba na mga attitude, masabi mo na, hala, parang ito yung ayaw ko sa daddy ko, ito yung ayaw ko sa mom ko, pero nagagawa ko.
A lot of times, no? A lot of times, no? But obviously, I'm working on me. How many hours? 3 hours
Grabe,
a
no?
day. Releasing, and right now, all I see is gratitude. All I see is blessing. Nothing has
Nice.
changed with them.
Yeah,
They're still the same. Okay? But the way I see them is different because that inner child has been completely healed,
Yeah.
whole and perfect.
I think yan din yung, hindi naman dapat, no, but something that the kids or adults na sila ngayon, no, na parang gusto nila, na dapat tingnan din nila ang perspective in that kind of statement na hindi lang parati si mommy, si daddy ang may kasalanan, but maybe they don't know any better.
Exactly.
And my responsibility is to grow myself so that I can accept my past and at the same time accept my parents for who they are.
I mean, this is what I believe, no? That we select the parents of our own journey of how we want to bless the world.
Yeah.
So if I have seen the imperfection perfect of the learning and the growth and the experience, so I can now bless the world.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can now make a difference. I can now live my life purpose. And that's really powerful for me, simply because, again, I know that over the past year I blessed thousands of people,
Yeah.
Yep.
healed their life, simply because I was able to learn the lesson that my parents gave me, who I chose,
Yeah.
even before I was born.
One of the statement that I got also from Dr. Shafali, she's the teacher
I know.
in Mind Valley.
I like her.
She's espousing conscious parenting, right? And sabi niya, no, na for you to be more aware daw, have a child.
Okay.
No? And because if you have children, you have a child, you become more aware. Meron ka bang siguro niisip, Russ, na kung mag-retire ka, na magkaroon ka rin ng sariling child?
Not anymore. I mean, if you look at our space, no?
Yeah.
I have
Ano na
16,
kids?
I have 17-year-old. I am still becoming like their second dad. And a lot of them are seeing me as their father. So
Correct.
that's my practice area. I mean, I have a lot of
Yep.
people growing with me, okay, expanding themselves and being responsible, no? And 100% of their parents, nothing but gratitude to me, simply because maybe I supported them becoming their second father by raising them from 16, 17, 15 years old
Correct.
to where they are right now. So I treat them as my own kids.
Tama, para ka na ring father ng mga anak namin, di ba?
That earned him his right to
Hindi na
speak
kailangan.
like a parent.
Yes.
Because he's also, in a way, parenting some of the people na nagpapamentor sa kanya, nagpapacoach sa kanya.
Yeah. Plus, I'm fathering and mothering my mom. That's what I remember, right? So, being a parent doesn't have to be
You don't have to be biological.
niluwal mo siya.
Tama.
Kung hindi, yung role mo na ini-step up mo. Okay? That's big time.
Tama.
That's responsible. But don't I have the right to talk about this? I always have the right based on my own
Experience.
perspective and experience.
Correct. Any advice for kids or students out there?
Bless, honor, respect, and love your parents no matter what. Believe me, they're doing the best way they know how. And if what they're doing is not what you want, bless them, honor them, love them no matter what.
What a great and transformational mindset on parenting. As we continue to learn new ways of parenting and heal our inner child, then we can begin to have better relationships.
Perhaps today, as you listen to this episode, if you're a parent, ask yourself, how can I apply one lesson here to be a better parent? And if you are a daughter or a son, how can I be more accepting and grateful to my parents no matter what?
Hope you found value in this episode, and if you did, please follow and share to your friends. We want more people to have better relationships. And please rate us a 5 star so we can share these contents to more people. We have a lot of more beautiful contents in store for you, so see you in our next episode. Talk to you soon.